decent apartment came through. It's only got a half bath, but there's a YMCA up the block where you can shower after 6.
That sounds promising.
I've never had all black coworkers before. Guys, I'm so excited to get started. I thought these boxes were going into storage.
Your office is the storage.
Yo, what is up, everybody? You are listening to the Where's My 40 Acres podcast. This is the Boob Tube, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about episode 3, season... What the fuck? GarageBand is acting up. Let me fix this while I'm talking. Yeah, we're going to talk about season 3, episode 3, the Strong 33, that Pippin episode of Insecure, backwards like. And, so Daniel just like fucked up all of the good graces that we blessed him with last episode. Like, nigga, it's that fast. It happens that fast. I don't know what is going on with him. But he's slowly stepping into Lawrence territory with his ego. Bruh.
It's okay though, because he's into that Nordic shit, so it's all right.
He's in what? He's into what?
He's into that Nordic shit.
What is that?
Remember when he was
listened to?
Oh,
he added the beat, and he was like, "Yeah, I've been listening to some Nordic shit." I was like, "Sir, we're not gonna do like niggas be listening to like Bon Iver one time, and they be swearing that their like music taste is like so eclectic." Sir, if you don't get out of here.
So can we talk about that? Because his whole studio session vibe is boringly corny. It gets really, really fucking bad, and I see why niggas don't come and sit in the studio with him to listen to music. Because my man is like, yo, it's a jazz flute, though. It's supposed to be jazzy. And I was like, nigga, no. Again, know who you selling your music to. That nigga does not care if it's jazzy. He don't even care about his friend that got shot in the club last week. Because he in the studio with y'all. This nigga ain't sending him flowers. He not sitting by his bedside, asking him if he want more Jell-O. Like, nothing.
But that's why producers have beat packs. They don't just come with like, hey, yo, I got this one beat. This is going to be fire. No, you come with multiple beats. You know what I mean? If you like this shit with the jazzy flute, have the shit with the jazzy flute in there. But also have some other shit knowing that, okay, this is the type of artist that I'm working with, especially for the first time. Now, if you and that artist, y'all start really collabing together, then you could be like, yo, I'm really feeling this new type of stuff. This is a new sound going for it. It might be right for you or stuff like that. Because then you got a lot of trust. But right now, you just a nigga that he don't know.
But it's not even just that. Like, the beat worked. What he had, old boy was feeling it. He was also feeling Khalil's beat or whatever. Which, first off, their studio session from jump lacked this communication thing that dudes seem to not be able to do, which really isn't that fucking hard. Like, they're already in the studio working on music together. He played a song. Khalil was like, I feel like, because I know Spider, which I'll get into that nigga's issue in a second. Not Spider, but Khalil or whatever. And Khalil was like, I more know what Spider likes. He likes that hard bass stuff. So let me flip your beat real quick to make it spidery. And he changed like one bass and moved it over 3 notes, and then all of a sudden now we got this melodical flute jazzy deep bass track.
All he did
right?
Was he brought the drums up, and he brought the drums up and then added a little bit more 808, and that was it.
That was it. Like, he didn't do nothing grand to that shit, but he made it fit into the typical sound that's going on right now with popular artists in the radio, which is fine. It was the way he came about it, right? It was like both of these niggas so worried about somebody stepping on their goddamn toes that they can't even get in the studio together and collaborate over a beat. Fucking old boy, oh my god, Daniel wants to play the beat his way. He like, I don't want to make no changes to my beat because I made all of these sounds up, like I'm the mother nature of melody. Nigga, no you not, okay? You sampled some soft rock emo shit, you gave it a little jazzy groove. It's cool. It actually sounds kind of fucking boring. And it's like if Lord of the Rings threw an after party. But it's all right, my nigga. And then Khalil comes and he Kanye's it and adds some 808s, some fucking drums. And now he like, this is the sound. And I'm listening to that shit. I'm like, first of all, this is a throwaway track on the album anyway. This ain't nowhere near about to be the shit that they make a video for and play on the radio. but y'all did something together, but they couldn't do nothing else together. Like, what else did they do in the studio that session? Was that it? Like, that was what they did, and then they did nothing? They had one song to present that they collaborated on, and then like you just said, Juan, Khalil pulled out his little beat pack and was like, "It's alright, bruh. Since we can't agree on this beat that you clearly liked both versions of, because both of our dicks is swinging way too hard against each other right now, let me go ahead and just play this beat pack and alienate this new nigga who tried to come in and into my territory and steal my money and steal my artist."
See, I didn't see it like that. I saw it as him doing something for Daniel. Him, like, I don't think he was trying to be like, yo, I'm just telling you what the dude likes. And I feel like when you up and coming producer and you ain't never been in the studio with this artist, or you got no cachet with this artist, you ain't got that much time to sit there and be like, we're gonna play the junk and that's all we're gonna do. And he was like, yo, I got some things, we can make it more like what Spider likes. Not saying your shit is bad at all. Just gonna make it more with what Spider likes. And if you cool with Dave, like you cool, he's like, yeah. And it seemed like they had an agreement, like this is what we're gonna do.
You weren't reading their energy.
I felt like Daniel undercut him.
You weren't reading their energy. My man heard Daniel shit and was like, it's alright. Let me Spider it. And then he spidered it. Because it was the way he said it too. He was like, I know what Spider likes. And literally a scene later, Daniel plays his beat for Spider, and Spider's like, yo, that shit is dope. So clearly, nigga, you don't know everything Spider likes. Like, you keep presenting him the same type of material because y'all work together. But the whole reason you should be collaborating with another nigga is to grow the sound. Not saying that Daniel didn't do some really immature fucking shit by playing his beat instead of just pulling the nigga aside and being like, bruh, can I play them the joint just to see if you don't like it, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We don't do nothing with it. But just to see if he dig in the shit the way, I first let you hear it. He could have at least did that. Absolutely. He didn't because he's being a big fucking baby. But I felt like both of them in there, I don't understand like the whole undercutting shit and all of that. I get it to an extent, but also he liked both versions of the beat. So what the fuck is y'all fighting about? Which version he chooses? Who cares? And that's where the whole masculinity shit comes into play. I'm like, y'all niggas is bumping heads for no damn reason. It wasn't like he was like, that shit is whack and that shit is dope.
Because motherfuckers get mad. This is like when people work in groups. Motherfuckers get mad at this shit all the time. And it can be petty. It can be petty. It can be small. But it could be like, yeah, we're working on something. This is what we agreed on. And then something comes up like different. Like this happens when people work in groups all the time because of lack of communication.
I get that, but I don't think it was fully we both agreed on this because clearly Daniel wasn't cool with that shit. And clearly old boy didn't really give a fuck about it because he was eating his Captain Crunch straight out the box, dry as fuck. So he was, chilling.
The only way to eat cereal.
I don't know. No, nigga. Absolutely not. All the varieties of milks, all the things that you can squeeze milk out of in this world.
Lose all the flavor and shit.
Wow. Everything in a chip, nigga. You can't eat everything like a chip, nigga.
Cereal be all mushy. Like nobody wants mushy cereal.
Oh, wow. You buying cheap cereal then if your cereal mushy.
Nobody wants to. It's going in the milk. It's going.
My chocolate Cheerios stay crunchy.
That's just what happens. That's just what happens.
That only happens to like Fruity Pebbles and flaky
wet.
shit.
That's nasty.
Nasty cheap cereal.
But I don't want if I had all the producers that are out there, and you can go watch all the little series of them making beats and stuff like that. There's so many people who have made fire beats that are great songs, and they'll be like, I ain't really like that beat. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I made it. It's kind of simple. Like I ain't really like it. It's a cool beat. I put it in the beat pack and all that stuff like that. And that's the one the artist thing. The artist made it their own and all that stuff. Like Daniel trying to come up there like I'm on some high level musicianship, and I'm never going to change.
True.
And this is me. I'm like, dude, what producer have you seen who just makes a track and gives it to the artist and they might not collaborate or change some things as they're working together? Like that just doesn't happen. For you to sit there and be like, nah, this is my music. If you feel like that about that beat, then make another beat.
Well, you can't make another beat. That's not going to fix the situation. He needed to be more vocal with Khalil about how he really felt about that shit. And he didn't. He just wasn't fucking vocal. He was being a fucking pushover.
He need to understand that motherfuckers are not gonna like the same shit he likes all the fucking time. And just because they don't, doesn't mean that the music is any less gratifying or any less better. He got a real kind of elitist thing about his music, and I think that's the myth he's telling himself about why he hasn't made it yet.
I mean, he might be right.
I'm on some other level shit.
He could be right.
Stuff
though.
like these kids don't understand and stuff like that, and that's why ain't nobody fucking with me. And they're like, nah, maybe people ain't fucking with you because of you. Maybe you not that good.
No, I don't think it's that he's not that good, because we've heard the stuff and the stuff that he plays. It's good, and that's how popular shit works. Just because you got something that sound dope, don't mean everybody gonna flock to it. It might not be his time. You might not be presenting it to the right person. It might not be packaged properly. It's a lot of shit he could be fucking doing wrong. His social skills are fucking terrible. Like they're fucking awful. So if he was looking to network, that really ain't his skill set. He just need to take Issa with him everywhere to cock block his elitist ass ego, because he cannot communicate well. And he one of them niggas that shut down when he don't get his way, and then he internalized that anger, and then he explode on the wrong person later over dinner, over a late afternoon lunch dinner, whatever the fuck they was having, and just be letting all his unnecessary frustrations out when they ain't even got shit to do with what the fuck he really mad about. And at the same time, I don't feel like Khalil wasn't also being kind of like territorial, unnecessarily territorial, because that nigga's crib is clearly paid for a few times over. He ain't fucking hurting, but both of them could have handled that situation better. There was two niggas bumping heads for absolutely no reason. And to be like, oh, well, maybe niggas don't like your shit. That wasn't even the case though. Old boy actually liked the shit. So for you to randomly have taken that chance to play it, if you'd have just talked to Khalil, he might have been cool with you doing that. But that's not what you did. You was like, I'm gonna sneak my shit in here, and now you back where you was before. No network, no connection, and your beat ain't about to get used. So fuck it. Right.
I wonder at some point if they're gonna play during the season. Like every time I see Daniel now, I think of Pride by Kendrick. Mm-hmm. Like that's the first thing that comes into my head. Oh man, like he has a pride issue,
mm-hmm.
and he needs to get rid of it, because in the music industry, that they're gonna beat it out of you, bro.
Well, I don't know if y'all noticed, but this nigga had a chain on that said King, and I was like,
Dog, peeped. We already established how Daniel's fine as fuck, but his fashion choices are left to be desired.
I'm just saying, a King chain. I was like, all right, bro, this is not about to be a good episode for you.
Also, I want to know how he pays his bills, because he don't sell weed no more. So what? How are you paying bills?
That's why he frustrated. That is why he frustrated right now. It's a bunch of things going on with his character, and I hope that they kind of get him to open up more, so that we can kind of dive deeper into that, since they are focusing more on him as the main character this season, along with Issa's story, despite the fact that she, at the end of the episode, it looks like she's moving out into this apartment gig thing, which is the smart thing to do. I guess the question I know what I wanted to ask y'all. So, they do that little after show or whatever, just like 4 minutes long. Did y'all watch that this week?
Yeah, usually.
I watched a little bit of it.
Did you notice that they was fighting like the characters on the show and not like they the actual actors, and one of them is the writer and creator of the show and didn't purposefully write for them characters to do that stuff?
I enjoyed that.
Because me and Ashley was watching it, and I was like, they're doing this is like a ruse, right? They're doing this on purpose to kind of sell two perspectives, right?
I enjoyed the back and forth, because they were just coming out. They were just like, these are different perspectives of what we see. I think it was cool to see, even among the actors and the creators, like that the episode brings up like, well, we're trying to get this point, but we're coming from this perspective too, and bring up that much conversation between them who actually wrote it and acted it out. I think it's cool.
I don't think that shit was real. I don't, because Daniel was talking about the character Daniel. Yvonne was talking about the character Daniel from the perspective as if he was still Daniel. He wasn't talking about Daniel like he was Yvonne. He wasn't talking about Issa's friends like they were also actresses on this show and everybody gets the same script and there's a writing room where they discuss these things and
but
flesh
he
out
was
these
sitting there saying,
storylines.
I think Daniel's coming from this. And even when he referred to the girls, he was referring to like just, because everybody has those Mollies, you know, those friends and stuff like that. I didn't see it as them being like them. I saw it as them just being like, you know, get into the headspace of what that person is. And this is where I was coming from when I acted it, or this is where, you know, I saw the characters coming from, and other people being like, you know, I understand that too. I was coming from here and I saw it differently.
But it's not like they didn't improvise. They didn't improvise that. That's a script. It's written. His character is written that way. Those words he said were written. The way he displayed his emotions and stuff, all his actions, that stuff was pre-laid out. The thing that caught me off guard about the conversation initially was the fact that when he started talking, Issa side-eyed him. Like she was already in character. She looked at him and she gave him kind of this, what fuckboy shit is you about to say? Side-eye. And I'm like, why would you respond like that when y'all talking about fake characters? They're not real. And then his perception, he was very protective of Daniel. Despite the fact that the stuff he was saying, he kind of downplayed what Daniel did this episode. That whole situation at the table, he was talking about that like, oh, you know, he was upset because Issa wasn't supporting him. He was frustrated. I'm like, but that's not what's been happening on this show. She has been supporting him.
But then again, like I hear what you're saying, but I can also imagine I'm not living in that person, like that character's skin for as long X amount of time as Daniel, Yvonne and Issa does for their respective characters. I've even seen like the writers, like it seems like they are as invested in the story and like these characters as the people watching it. Because they, even when they do like a lot of behind the scenes stuff and talking about how like there was an argument in the writer's room when we were trying to decide X, Y, and Z, it seems like they're like overtly interested in this shit in a way that is refreshing. Like, don't get me wrong, I want you to be interested in your work, so please keep doing that. But I can imagine him being like, hey, this is the character I play all the time. Like, I have sympathy towards that character, whether or not he was right or wrong, which I think we all think he was wrong.
It didn't sound like Yvonne thought he was wrong. That's where I was kind of like, I feel like they're still in character. Like he the way he's presenting this, he really downplayed that conversation at that table and where he was coming from. Like he said, he didn't mean none of that shit.
He might not think Daniel was wrong. Like he might just be like, all right, fuck it. Like
I don't know if it went that deep. I mean, like you as an actor, always gonna try to be like, even though it's written on a page for you, you're gonna be like, what is the motivation for this? What is from what the character or how I see the character, where are they coming from? And he could have played it from there. Like I can understand, and it might be more of a personal thing for me. I can understand that feeling that he has. Like I said, again, the way he did it, he was wrong. But I've lashed out like that, especially for me being a person who, within my job or just in life, I'm a person who always gives and gives and gives. And then sometimes I'm sitting there like I'm going through like the stresses of my day, and my girl might sit there and be like, "Oh, cool." And I'm thinking in my head like, you know, when you throw them stresses out, I'm like, here, I got you. And then I get all cool. And I've lashed out, and I come back and be like, and I apologize because like that was wrong. I shouldn't have did that because I'm coming off of what I put myself in the shoes of what I wanted you to give you instead of just maybe even asking you or just telling you or just saying that's what I needed at that time. You know what I mean? So I could understand when you said like, hey, that he was, it wasn't right, but he was coming from a thing of like, this is what I wanted. And then when I didn't get that response in the way I wanted that response, I lashed out.
And I hear what you're saying.
It's not an excuse for anything.
No, that is an excuse though. That is an excuse though. Like that explanation. I mean, that it happens, and I understand what they're going through.
It's just saying this is what happened. That's all it's saying.
But it is a defense though. It is a defense. Because you're like, well, the reason I did this is because my week has been hard and things have been stressing me. And, you know, in that moment, I wasn't thinking, damn, I really sound like a dickhead right now. I was thinking about myself. That's a defense. That's not a, a slip up. It's a fucking defense.
That's just explaining the situation.
No, it's a defense. You're defending your actions.
Like, this is why I did it. Now understand me. But if I say, hey, all this happened and I'm fucking wrong for it, but this is just where my mind was coming from, whether it's right or wrong, those are the thoughts. That's helping us understand each other. Not a thing of saying I excuse myself. It's just, this is where the thought process came from.
I feel you, but
I can't knock you for the thought process. And what you do after that, or what you did in the moment situation is one thing.
It's what you did in the moment though too. You can't just be like that was a thought, like that didn't affect nobody. What you just did, because it clearly did. It clearly set Issa straight to be like, I'm seeing the real thing.
But you're taking it as when I say it's a thought, or this is the thing that happened, I want you to like forgive me. Where I'm saying like, nah, I'm just want you. This is just what happened. That's what my thought process went.
I get that you explaining it.
My 2 + 2 = 5, and it was fucked up and wrong.
I get all of that. But I think part of the fact and part of where this whole toxic masculinity shit comes from, and people lashing out in general, is the fact that niggas follow through on shit and then double down on bullshit when they know they shouldn't be. Like in that moment, he knew what the fuck he was doing. It wasn't like a glitch in the matrix or a short. That nigga doubled down on what he said. And he followed through with it. And then later on, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. But and again, you got to understand my perspective, like on life in general. I think sorries are bullshit. I think that because people repeat the same fucking actions and then later on be like, oh, well, you know, when I have bad days and so be getting to me, sometimes I do that. It's not right. I can explain to you why I did it. It's fucked up. I'm sorry. Instead of just being like, when you in that moment at that time, going, damn, I'm doing that shit again. Yo, I shouldn't do this shit. Because that's not what the fuck happened.
But you also got to allow somebody to do that.
That nigga's a grown man.
That first time or that second time. I mean, it would be nice, but we fucking human beings. That shit never happened.
That ain't his first time, dog, or his second time.
Okay, but I'm saying we're human beings. That shit happens. When people are in relationships, we might fight and argue over the same fucking shit. It ain't right.
At some point, somebody got to change, or y'all can keep fighting the same way all the time.
I feel you on that. There's not saying that, but you also got to give people the thing to change. And if that person's not changing, then you step away.
Which is what she had to do, because this is clearly what he does all the time.
But I don't necessarily knock everything down as that's just a blatant excuse, and you coming from a negative thing about it. Or you just trying to come up with a reason. Because some people do come up with a negative reason for why to do it. Some people do use the sorry as an excuse, and a lot of people don't use sorry in the right way. But
whole lot of people don't.
Yeah, but just because people use it wrong doesn't mean that it's not a useful thing of being like, hey, this is how we learn.
I'm not saying apologies ain't useful. I'm saying that most motherfuckers don't understand why they need to apologize in the first place, let alone have they even tried to fix the thing they apologizing for. Like, you can't throw a Band-Aid over everything and be like, it's gonna heal, because all you're doing is covering up the wound. That don't mean shit. Like, Daniel knew what he was doing, and the fact that he doubled down on it, and then you know who you attacking, and you know the difference, because there's certain ways that you'll attack people that you won't attack other people, despite what moment you in or not. It's certain things that you will let people closer to you do and get away with you. And despite however your day is going or whatever is going on in your life, you will not go at them the way you'll go at somebody else. Like, you can distinguish. And there truly are just a bunch of niggas that don't care about distinguishing though. Because they so fucking self-absorbed, they on stuck in their own head. He all the way up in his own head right now. He is self-sabotaging through this whole season. It started off subtly, and I think it like peaked this episode. Not super crazy. Like, he ain't setting nothing on fire or nothing, but nigga is self-sabotaging not just himself, but any relationship or potential relationship that he was trying to build with Issa, which I'm not even sure he really wants or knows if he wants right now. I'm not sure what his headspace is. Cause he just got a lot of stuff that he need to fucking work out. And he seemed to be manipulating, just like Issa be manipulating situations. He seems to be trying to manipulate her the same way, which is why I like the way they started the episode off with her kind of dreaming of what she thought things were or were gonna be. And then the end episode being that actualization of the dream and what the situation really is. And for her being like, oh, yeah, I'm going backwards. But I don't know. I'm over niggas and their apologies and for letting their feelings out and going off on people. Niggas do that shit way too fucking often.
People do that often.
Niggas do that shit way too fucking often.
I'm not saying, but and like I said, I might be just talking from an honest space. I do that. I lash out. I've seen it happen, and it's something that, like, if I had my girl, if she was here, I could bring her on and be like, yeah, he does that. He lashes out, and it's something I'm trying to work on, and it's something I do catch myself in. When I do, I'm like, dog, what the fuck am I doing?
And
but
my nigga, that's the difference between you and Daniel.
I can't look at that and in my thing bring the hammer down, because I can see, I know where it's coming from, and I still know it's wrong, and I still know it's something that you need to work with, but I can see that perspective of that's how it was being played.
I don't know. I'm not so quick to empathize with, especially with the situation that they presented for his character on this show. I'm sorry, I'm just not super quick to empathize with his stresses and be like, I understand why you're doing that, sir. I understand.
I empathize with everybody. I can't help it. That's
nigga,
probably why
what?
I do the job I do.
You empathize with everybody? Is that what you just said? You empathize with everybody, my nigga?
Yeah, most of the time.
Everybody.
Yeah.
My nigga that just shot up the Madden shit in Florida, you empathize with his L? Come on, bruh. You don't empathize with everybody, my nigga.
But see, because I don't. When people sit there and say, "Oh, you empathize," or like empathize doesn't mean I'm trying to find an excuse, or empathize even saying I'm feeling sorry for the thing. It just says I understand. I have empathy. I can put myself in the shoes and understand the emotions that are there, right or wrong.
But why would you understand the emotions of most people?
Says.
Like, niggas is erratic as fuck. I don't be understanding why niggas be doing that shit. I don't be understanding why niggas be getting in arguments on Twitter and shit half the time about the stuff they be arguing about. I can't empathize with their feelings. Like, I don't know where they be coming from. I be like, yeah, I don't think it's that serious. I don't think anything should be that fucking serious. It's a lot of energy that gets wasted in a lot of stuff. And I look at it and I'll be like, Also, I got tired. I got tired of fucking fighting over stuff. That's where a lot of that comes from. Like, the empathize, and I'll be like, what y'all fighting over? What are you so angry about?
I try, but it's the counselor in me comes out.
I think it's because you eating all them chips, bro. They fucking with your emotions and stuff. Y'all empathizing with random niggas on the street. I see your struggle, man. I know where you coming from. I had a hard day last week too. Like, nigga, what?
Oh man.
I bet you a bunch of niggas at my job wished I had empathy for their situations. I wouldn't be carrying them in emails like, man, if you don't do your fucking work, stop acting like that. Yeah, we got a job to do, my nigga. But yeah, I don't empathize with Daniel this episode. I'm sorry. Me and Twan we're not seeing Y to Y on this one. I'm not empathizing with this nigga. So what, let's see. That was long. What else fucking happened in this episode?
Issa trying to get her a new job. Oh no, fuck that. Let's talk about Molly and her new job. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Let's.
So Molly don't hang around a lot of black people, do she?
Dog, Molly bougie as hell.
That's what it is. She
bougie as hell.
She definitely hangs out with black people. She's just really bougie. And I understand to a certain degree. Like, I'm gonna put my empathy hat on. I will say this. If you work in like corporate, especially like white corporate for a long period of time, it's really hard to get out of that headspace. The way she has gone about it ain't the best way. She needs to figure out another way to do it, because she clearly don't got the method.
She just needs to stop
on how to lock it down. But
she looked at it like she instantly went to black people need to do better. And I looked at it as you went from this huge law firm to a smaller law firm.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
That's how I looked at it.
It's okay. So as in corporate, and Joy, you in corporate, like okay. It's not, it's both and it's not both at the same time. Like her looking down, like black organizations don't be doing stuff the right way, you know, all the time. First of all, it's not all the time, but there is some truth to the fact that sometimes niggas do just kind of like jerry rig up some shit and they don't take care of it. I don't know what that's about. It could be money. It could be egos, which there are some egos in this new office that she's in. That's clearly going to be one of the toxic masculinity things she's going to have to deal with in this workplace. But also, she did come in from a very white comfort mentality on shit. Like, she had truly assimilated maybe a bit too far, because a lot of the jokes that she was making or the comments that she was making was like, I ain't been around black people in a really long fucking time. And she even lied to Issa. Like, Issa was like, I hope you ain't complaining like this at your job. And she said, no, girl, I'm just doing it with y'all. And I'm like, liar. You do this at work every 5 minutes. Just lying. And she didn't, and it's another, like, I feel like it's a lot of themes in this episode about communication. Like, just, I don't, like, communication was, I'm trying to think of other ones, but communication was like a huge theme for me. She didn't speak up for herself. Like, at all. She just would say shit. Oh, okay, that's how y'all niggas get down. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm gonna go back in my office. Cool.
But yeah, also, like, I think it's a communication thing. I also will say this. She tried to get, like, in that last scene in her office, she tried to get too comfortable with niggas that she don't know.
Nigga.
Like, that's really what the issue was. But she was talking about, like, are we on CP job? Joke. I was like, that's not a funny joke, though. I was like, girl.
You don't know these people. Like,
I was like, you don't know them personally. Like, not all your skin folk is your kinfolk. I need you to remember that as you are trying to navigate through this office, because you still have a day job.
Now, true, but also homie joke reply was not funny either, which I don't know if I could have sat through that. Like, everybody laughed at his, maybe at her other job, they something. And I'm like, but that wasn't funny either. I think the only reason they laughing at you, and they laughing right now, is because somebody dragged you for some shit you've been doing all week.
Oh, yeah, it was deliberately not supposed to be a joke. They were dragging the fuck out of her. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, it seemed like a thing of you new here. You can't be talking about stuff you just got here.
She's talking too
much. But also she really did have a bit of a pompous attitude, kind of talking. Now, to be fair, there's some stuff that I think was a fair call out of like, yo, we don't got a DocuSign, we still got to do carriers, stuff like that. I don't think that's unfair. But constantly bringing up the, you know, well, my old firm, an old firm, everybody knows in the office is, girl, you used to work at a white firm. So why are you bringing it up?
She don't have to end everything with at my old job. She could have just been like, I use DocuSign. It makes my work more efficient. Like, for me to be the best paralegal that I can be, I might need y'all to install DocuSign on my computer. If nobody else wants it, that's cool. And whatever we got to do to get it on my machine, could I just get that? It makes me more proficient.
Yeah, because like, I remember being at a job where everything I do is online. All my stuff, all my notes, everything I do is online. I can do it at home. I can do it at the office. I ain't got to do all this shit, right? I went to another place. I was working there part-time, and they were like still doing like everything was just handwritten. And I'm sitting there like, what am I doing? I don't want to do handwritten shit. You know what I mean? But I didn't go in there like, at my other job, I didn't do that. I sat back. And then one time they were talking about, oh, we're looking at getting internet-based things. I could say, hey, I know of this platform that we use called this. And they looked at it and were like, okay, we'll look into that.
Or recommend it.
And they came up, yeah, like it was a recommendation. But I ain't at my, like, I feel like when you say stuff like at my own firm or where I used to be or where I'm from, that it automatically shuts people down.
Well, everything sounds like we could be better, y'all. We don't have to be like this. And it's like, hold on, though. Hold on. Who said we was worse? You did. Yeah. What's up with that?
You just got here.
What's up with that? That and then the whole I'm glad to be around, like everything was I'm glad to be around black people. Look at us black people doing black people shit with other black people. It's so black people here. Why she keep doing that? Like, yo, calm down. But it's like
I think she thought it was gonna be smooth. Like she came into there thinking, I'm with black people now, and this is gonna be smooth sailing. And I think a lot of black people tend to do that. And understanding that you like Joe was saying, like, you don't know everybody here. Everybody ain't gonna be on your side because we just people.
Or like you.
Yeah. So come into this place just like it's a new job and go from there. Like she came in with a lot of expectations. And then when they didn't live up to that, or they weren't up to her little bougie level, and she mad.
I don't even want to call her expectations bougie. Like, it was good workplace.
No, she's bougie.
She's bougie, right? Her expectations weren't bougie because that stuff it makes work more efficient.
If you were bougie,
her presentation,
expectations are bougie too.
Yeah, her presentation was bougie. Like, she made DocuSign sound like something that only elite white people use. Now they ain't gonna never get it. Them niggas ain't gonna never know the beauty of being able to fax a DocuSign because she ruined it in their heads. At the same time, no, she needed to establish her footing. Them motherfuckers putting them boxes in her office talking about that's the storage space. Oh, nigga. No, this is an office now, bro.
But I didn't see it as a like thing. It was like a storage for her files because it seemed like all of them had that.
Bruh, they blocked her.
One dude even says it becomes easier for you.
I get it.
I didn't see it as like something they were putting just on her. I thought it was just something that they had everybody else. Like everybody was doing it.
All I heard was your office is the storage. Now I don't know if he was saying it as everybody's office is the storage or your office just got occupied by use. But before that, we were using the storage. That's what I couldn't figure out from that comment. But either way, why is my shit blocking the door so I can't even get in?
But you go to a new job, you gotta see how shit works before you start throwing out all these suggestions.
Nigga, if I go on my job and there's a bunch of boxes stacked up in my cubicle, we got a fucking problem.
Yeah, but I think oftentimes like people forget that realistically, when you're talking about like all black firms or like all black spaces in that regard, we're working at a disadvantage because we don't have as much access as like the standard white firm. Like we just naturally don't have the capital because we're behind. Not even because on us, it's more so like because slavery and shit. Like it realistically, like that's what it is. So yeah, sometimes when you're thinking about like the progression of like an all black firm, it might be a little bit more behind than the average white firm because they might not have access to the technology and the means that and the capital and the donations that other firms might have. So it is what it is. But her, like, because of that, you need to be mindful because you can't be coming in bougie like Molly being like, oh, at my other firm, like, well, girl, you left your firm for a reason because you were tired of the white folks.
Like, even when she talked about the DocuSign, like that, it wasn't even what she said. It was like the look she gave the assistant because the assistant instantly knew like something's bothering you, and tried to ask her. She was like, and I'm looking like, don't alienate your assistant. Like that's the one person that might have your back, help you out, you know.
Well, when they talking about your ass, she gonna be there listening. She might be the only person that'll let you know what you need to fix.
You know, shoot, I'd have brought my sister in first day. Tell me how things work around here.
Like old girl did with Issa.
Give me the rundown.
A lot of juxtaposition this episode, like what old Antoinette did at her interview.
Yeah,
it's exactly what she did. When that white woman left, she was like, "So what these white people really like?" Tell me.
It is I've done that. So I've had people do it to me in my job. Like they come up to me and like they be like, "Oh yeah, are you interviewing?" They be like, "Yeah," like they be like, "Yeah, I'm interviewing" and stuff like that. And they kind of give me a look. And I look at them like, "No, man, it's cool here. You know, it's cool." And they be like, "All right, cool, all right." like we already like we done looked at each other. Because if I give you that look, like run, go.
Don't do
the option. Do you got other
save
options?
Yourself?
Nigga?
You have free right now. Don't give up free. You know how rare free is. Molly, it was just like watching it the second time, it was so much worse because they set that up from the beginning of the episode. You getting your dog a blueberry face mask or blueberry oatmeal bath and a palm massage, nigga. A palm massage. I was like, so we just gonna establish this bougie footing right here, huh? This is not about to be a good episode for Molly.
Also, like that Issa ate the cookie. She's like, you know, she's like, why I got frosted though?
but for real, that's what the white people be doing. They be making cookies that's edible for people and giving them to dogs. So,
Yeah, she just needs just because it's a black space does not mean it's a safe haven for you. And I feel like Molly's gonna figure that out very quickly.
Next episode is definitely niggas not feeling her and her having to realize they not feeling her from the
and that's strictly like it's a combination, right? But like she did not help her situation.
Nah.
She came in hot.
Yup.
And that was her problem.
Real hot. And I think like sometimes her bougie gets outshined by what's the other girl name?
What, Amanda Seals' character? I can't remember what her name is.
You know what I mean? Like when you put them together, you like I take Molly every day, but like Molly's still bougie as fuck.
When she's on your side during a conversation, switch your point. They were talking at the table, and she said that shit, and Issa was like, "You sound kind of bougie," and then Amanda Seals' character was, I'm gonna start calling her Pregnant Seals. Pregnant Seals was like, "Girl, I understand exactly where you coming from," and I'm like, "See, nope, time to switch up." Nope. If she's your support, if she's on your team in dodgeball, switch sides, change colors, go skins. Like, you don't want to be aligned with her. Okay, that means you wrong. That's how you know you wrong. If you're in a conversation with a group of people and the nigga that's always wrong is the only nigga that's agreeing with you, just admit defeat.
Look, you gotta at least reconsider. You gotta at least step back a moment, be like,
reconsider, recycle, do not reuse. Nigga, go to the other side. Like, I don't get rid of it. But yeah, they established Molly from jump, and this is the same shit she did with niggas. Same shit she doing in her office and workspace. It's the same shit she did with dudes. No, like Dro is her DocuSign. So
she can't. I feel like her character can't help but have these expectations for everything in her life. She expected her life to go a certain way. I feel like she was one of the ones that had those like plans. By 25, I'm gonna be at the firm. By 28, I'm gonna be a partner. By 32, I'm gonna have that. Like, just she has it. Like when it comes to relationships, she had those expectations, and now she's coming here and it's just the same thing, and she runs into the same type of problems or those feelings of being let down. Then she goes back and tell her friends, and they're looking at her like, "Girl, what's wrong with you? Like, you got a lot of good shit. Like, why you keep doing this to yourself?"
Also, like, we don't have to be honest. Sometimes not everybody can work at all black space. Like, not everybody can do it. And I feel like Molly's about to get tested because I think she thinks she's ready for this life, but I don't think she really is ready for this life.
I know she bougie. She can't be ready.
Yeah, I don't think she really is ready for. There's a certain amount of access.
Yeah, she needs a place that's like, because she was at a place where it was 3% black. She need to go to a place that's like at most 30% black. She need a couple black people. She need a black safe space.
I don't want to jump to that conclusion yet. I think that she needs to adjust. She needs to adjust before she jumps out and puts her foot in her mouth again, because there is a support team there for her that she did not have at that white law firm. And you really gotta think about stuff like that. Yeah, I could go work for a company that's gonna pay me a lot more money, but if my manager is an asshole, everybody on my team is a fucking idiot, and the reliance is on my availability being higher than everybody else's to get shit done, then fuck that shit. I'd rather work somewhere where, okay, I might make a couple thousand less, but going to work every day don't make me want to shoot myself in the head. Like that. She's in an environment where people might actually listen to her, where she can actually sit at the table and have a voice. Problem is, she ain't know how to use her fucking voice this episode. She's using it the wrong damn way.
Yeah, she's coming in too hot and heavy, and she's coming in. She's trying too hard.
That's it. Like,
but when in the character of Molly, like she does this with her friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is what she does.
Mm-hmm.
Like her friends just like her, and they'll check on and stuff like that. But like, this is what, like, she didn't do nothing out of the ordinary for Molly in her work, in her relationships, in her just giving advice to Issa, because she'll say something to Issa, he's like, well, damn, like that's just how she is.
Well, she wasn't like that with them white coworkers.
Well, yeah, ain't nobody like that at white work.
Nah, white people like that at white work.
Nah, I don't know too many black people like that at white
That's
work.
like what?
They're just gonna be loud and brash at white work.
Nigga.
That's the thing. Like
I gotta bring you to my office.
I mean, I don't know. Y'all work in corporate. I don't work corporate shit. So tell me. Like,
I work corporate. There's a difference between playing offense versus defense. And Molly, when she was working with the white folks, she was playing defense. Now she's at a black firm. She thinks she can play offense, and she's not good at it yet. I think there is a method to how you interact with black coworkers in a way that is authentic and does not make you seem like you are unapproachable. That's the problem. Like, she is not. If I was her coworker, I wouldn't want to talk to Molly because Molly would give me a bunch of red flags of like, oh no, she's not kinfolk.
She's not down.
Nothing about her gives me kinfolk. So she's even doing the fake black voice she does in her white job still. I'm like, girl, you need to let that go. You don't work there no more.
Yeah, because it was funny because when some of the jokes that she was making, the first time that we saw her there and the second time that we saw her there, it seemed like somebody who was uncomfortable and was trying to make themselves seem like they were comfortable. And instead of just being like, hey, I'm a little bit uncomfortable. I'm like, and all of us would have fully understood why you're uncomfortable. You go into a whole new workspace, you know what I mean? Like you left this job to go to this other job and stuff like that. That's a big ass transition. You know what I mean?
I'm sure when they freed the slaves the first time, them niggas didn't know which direction to run in either. So
I'm dead.
That's why Molly is acting like this.
See,
I'm not trying to entertain this comment, but at the same token, it's kind of accurate. Like, she really does seem like she just got free and she don't know where to go.
And to make matters worse, she walking up to other free niggas talking about, well, when I was a slave, this is how we used to pick cotton. And it's like, nigga, don't do this.
But like, I think every black person has fell into that junk at work. Because I remember.
Stop saying everybody falls. No, we don't all experience the same experiences.
No. Okay, more not until like what she actually did, but that feeling of I'm around black people and that instant camaraderie that you get, and then you realize that some people just ain't for you.
Yeah.
You know, I've had stuff where I'm cool with people, and I know I'm more open with them than I am with other people. And then I had like a friend that I knew for a while that worked with me, and he was like, yo, this is what that dude just did to me in the office in front of all these other people in front of the supervisor. I was like, yo, for real? He's like, yeah. And I was like, now I got to watch myself and I thought about like, yeah, I'm real open with the dude. And it ain't like I've known him that long or we even worked together that long. But a part of it is like, he's black. There's another dude that came on the same time as him. We ain't that close. But we work together just as much as me and that black dude, but I get that black dude a little bit more because he's black.
Bro, I tell you, you are a nice nigga, bro.
I was gonna say
I'm not the one.
Step one, my first company that I worked at before, like that I worked at a college, it was no one. It was just me and another black girl, and we were like legitimately friends. Like, we're still friends to this day. Then I moved into my new company, and there were much more black people. And the first thing I wanted to do was like, you got to find your tribe. Like, you got to find your group of friends. And then from there, don't talk to any of the niggas after that. That's my rule of thumb. Like, I don't care if you black, brown, yellow, whatever. Like, if you're not a part of my group, I'm not going to force it because I'm going to be stressed out. And I found out very quickly, like, just because we are cool, don't mean we cool.
Nigga.
So that's, yeah. Like,
that's I don't flock.
How that goes.
I do not flock to race or color at my job. I pretty much sit back and I watch people. So I'm mad quiet when I first come in, and I watch everything. I analyze everything. I don't care what color you is. And what I have noticed though, which is funny, I've run into a lot of Antoines, a lot of niggas that just be coming up and talking to me for no reason. Just be talking about random shit. They be like, hey man, I seen another black dude. Hold on, I'm coming over.
Yeah, like now I'm gonna give you the benefit of a doubt as a black person. I'm gonna give you one chance versus like my white counterparts. I'm gonna give them zero chances.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna talk to you. Well, I'm gonna give you one chance as a black person because again, I want to be on the right side when the revolution happens. But you get one chance. That's all.
I never even thought about it like this, but when you started talking about how you act in your job, I was like, I've had like 5 niggas come up to me like that, and I'd be like, why is this nigga talking to me? I don't fucking know him. It is because I'm black. Like, I know why he talking to me, because they be hitting me with the gestures and everything. Know what I'm saying, bro? Because they be doing, know what I'm saying, bro? I be sitting there like, nigga, I just want to go home right now. Like, it's 4:15. I left at 4. Why am I still here?
See, I would love to do, because I've never worked like, cause y'all work at an office, y'all go to the same office every day, right? That's like I've never worked like that, so I always wondered what that dynamic is. Like, I don't go to the same office. Like, I go to my office once a week, maybe, and well, not once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, and stuff like that. So like when me and my coworkers come across each other, it's always more open, because it's like we're catching up because we just ain't seen each other.
Oh, nigga, you still here? I thought our numbers dwindled. Like, yeah, that's just...
Dude, I done that for a while. But like, you still here, dude? Like, because I ain't seen you in like 6 months. Like, because we done hit the office at different times and stuff like that. So like, I know for me, like, if I ever went into a place where I had to work at an office on a daily basis, that would be weird and new for me. Cause I feel like I would come in real open, like Brandon, I'm gonna come in like, yo, what's good? How y'all doing? You know, just like that. And the rest of y'all will be like, nigga, I'm trying to work. Leave me the fuck alone.
Bruh.
But
like,
y'all not gonna say that shit. Y'all just gonna be like,
It's so weird to have to turn that to like, it's so weird to try to get people to understand that I'm not like that. Cause they think, oh, just cause we bro, and then it's nothing about, cause there are definitely black people who push away from black people in the workplace. It's like, I don't want to be associated with niggatry. So they go and do whatever the fuck they doing. I am all about, yo, if you cool, you cool. I fuck with you. I really don't care what race you is. But I have certain like pet peeves about just being in my workspace and being in the zone in general. I really don't want nobody up in my shit. And also, you can't always look at like some of people's actions as, oh, they treating this white person different than they treating this black people. That white person could be like my manager, or like my manager's manager, or like the fucking CFO, my nigga. Like I have to turn on a different switch for that conversation. So I have to put a smile on my face and act like I really care about what people are saying, even though I'm sitting there going, I really just want to go sit in my cubicle and watch the clock turn 4 o'clock. That's all I really want to do. You know, it's different. Like, I think some, and then like there's some people that are like that, and then there's other niggas that kind of be looking for the come up from you. Yo, tell me all the secrets. Yo, help me peep game, bro. Give me the cheat codes. And I'm like, nigga,
I'm trying to get to where you at. Codes. I know it took you 4 years to get.
I hate that shit, bro. I'm just trying to be like you, nigga. Be yourself. Like, what the fuck? You trying to get where I'm at, nigga? You working here? You know, you be happy you here. How about that? Since you really care about that. You got to pave your own lane. It's absolutely niggas that can help you. It's absolutely advice that people can give you. You know what I'm saying? To, hey, you might want to watch this person, which I'll do. I'll be like, watch this person. Don't let that person run over you. This person is not reliable, et cetera, right? But I ain't about to be like, yo, let's go to the strip club after work, dog. I got a couple hours to spare if I got to go be a family man. Like, that's not what I'm about to do. That's just not my mentality.
As mean as Brandon.
I mean,
are you sure? Cause
I'm not, because here's my problem. My father raised me to trust no nigga, and nigga is race agnostic. So it don't matter what ethnicity you are, nigga can represent company. I just don't have any loyalty to no one. Like, so I kind of keep to myself, and I'm naturally an introvert. However, I think where me and Brandon differ is that, especially because I came to a company where there was much more black people. What attracted me to the company was that there was more black people, and I've made friends. I've made like legitimate, lifelong friends at the company that I really, really enjoy. Now, when it's time for us to work, like we're always going to be working. Like, when it's time to get serious, I'm going to be serious. I'm not going to be playing around. But we definitely crack inside jokes in meetings. Like, we definitely do all of that stuff, and I enjoy that stuff. But I don't do that for everybody. I think that's the difference. I'm vibing off of people, one, because they're black, because I'm more partial to black folk, but two, because like their personalities match up. But I don't get very close or like kind of in personal discussions. Like, you know, there are coworkers, black, white, or whoever, that be talking about like their personal lives or like who they're dating and like stuff like that.
Dog.
And I don't do all that. Like, you don't need to know my personal life.
No.
And
There's always a level. There's always a separation.
Bro,
there's
why are
always
you
a
talking
separate
about
that,
your
and so that's
Facebook
my
at
point
work?
of view. Is like I think it's super cool to have like friends in the office. I think it's great when you can bond with black people that you can, you know, be friends with and hang out with outside of work. Like I just went to one of my coworkers who's black's 30th birthday, you know, brunch turn up, and you know we were drinking and stuff like that. I don't have a problem doing that, but I do have personal limits that I need to separate from because I don't like to get too close to my coworkers because I like to have that separation because I don't want to be put in a situation where I can't be impartial when it comes to like actual work shit because I'm getting paid to be here. I'm not getting paid to be your friend.
So like, and this is something I needed to explain first, which might make my situation, which sounds mean, little more understandable. Like you said, you went to one of your coworkers' 30th birthday party to celebrate recently, right? I am now, and since I started working, have always been the youngest person, not just on my team, but pretty much like in my section of the building or department in general. And I ain't talking about like by like 2 or 3 years. I'm talking about by like 15 years. So
you're like my first job where I was the youngest person. And mind you, I'm 27 now. I was 22, 23.
mm-hmm.
And they would want to go to happy hours. And I was like, I'd rather stab myself with a rusty fork in my eye. No thanks. No. For what?
It's wild, right? Because like one of the people we just brought on, he's like in his 50s. You know, a couple of my managers are not far from retirement. And by not far, I mean like less than 5 years. Definitely less than 10 years. And I'm sitting there, I'm 33. Like, and I will say that. I'll be very vocal about that when we having conversations and stuff, but they'll make references. And they'll be like, well, what do you think, Brandon? And I'll look down and I'll be like, bro, I'm only 33. And they're like, are you trying to say we're old? You could look at it as I'm just trying to say I'm too young. So it's hard to establish like these bonding, we going to celebrate people's birthday parties, right? Because there's generational gaps.
So I am sympathetic to that because that was my situation when I first started working out of college, where it was large generational gaps. And my close friend that I talked about earlier, me and her she was in her mid to 20s. And even that, depending on who you talk to, could be a legitimate gap. But we're very close to personality, so it worked out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now this office is a lot younger, a lot blacker. So like I feel more inclined to kind of be, you know, come out and play. But my issue also is that like if I don't find your shit funny or if I don't find you, I'm just not gonna entertain you. And Brandon has met me in real life. He's my face. I just don't give a fuck. I'll just look at you crazy.
So what?
People, especially white, like I'll look at white people crazy in our meetings all the time. Like I'm just like, you're not making sense. I don't understand. And so I won't entertain you. And I say all that to say, like, if you care who you are.
Okay. Hold on.
I'm not gonna be.
Joy, you're breaking up. Like before, you were breaking up kind of the whole time, but you're breaking up really bad right now. It's hard for me to keep it with you.
Can you hear me better?
I'm not sure what's going on with your internet at the moment.
I think my internet might be a little wonky because it has this weird ... Hold on.
You're good right now.
Give me a second. Okay, I was gonna say like if I'm not used by you, I'm just gonna be used, and you're gonna know. That's it.
And we had a long pause.
I know. I think he's trying to fix something on his end, but
Oh.
yeah, Twan, like I sympathize. Like I get what you're saying in terms of like, yo, it's like it is when you meet a black person that you like, that is like a great time, man. Like to have somebody that you can relate to in the office, no matter who they are, because it's hard out here and you're in this space for a long period of time and you're tired, but it's like,
yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm always like different because I'm a full extrovert. I'm in a social field where that's my job is to talk to people and do that stuff. So I'm always like, and I think it's great for me to not be in, because I can't do the office thing, like just being in one place. Like I've worked in, I think I've had 2 jobs. I worked them both at the same time since in the last 10 years, and I've done 7 different things in all the jobs, because I'd be like, oh, I'm bored of doing this now. I'm gonna go do something else. And
No, I feel like I hear you. Like I've been corporate all of my life. I don't know anything else but corporate. Brandon makes fun of me a little bit, especially when we're talking about like PR stuff for Comic-Con. He'd be like, "Oh, who did you contact?" And I'll show him my email. And he was like, "This is so clinical." I was like, "I know. I'm sorry."
no, like I didn't know nothing about, like, because like my girl works at like a bank, so she be sending me like she be telling me about like the email chains and stuff. And and I just learned all the little slangs. Like we don't do this at my job and stuff like that. Like we just be like, hey, you hit that or I hit that. But she be in there like, per our previous email, like she be doing stuff, and she be reading me emails. I'd be like, oh, that sounds real clinical. She like, that person, when she wrote that little word right there, that meant she didn't say this like 8 times. And
Yeah,
go back and refer in the chain. And I was like, oh, I said, there's a whole language in here of
It
being
is,
like professional petty. Like
It is professionally petty. It's a language. It's people like it's this passive aggressive bullshit that people do. People don't want to do their jobs. People want to get over. And one of the biggest things that you deal with in corporate America, or that I've dealt with, is people taking ownership of shit. People do not want to take ownership of fuck ups. Like, you could clearly be like, hey, bro, your fucking shit's on fire right now. And they'll be like, but our shit never is on fire. So it's not us. We need to find out what the cause of this is. It's clearly somebody else. Huh? So like you get a full email chain, and they do little shit like add managers and supervisors and team leads to it so they can see the conversation. And then when they don't want people to see it, they'll take them off mid-chain. Like little shit like that you got to pay attention to. You might read an email and be like, oh, no, that person they just don't know what's going on. And then you'll have somebody else come in and be like, nah, that motherfucker know exactly what's going on. They just trying to push that onto somebody else. They don't want to have to take ownership of that shit. So they want to act like it's another team. Now, if y'all was winning right now, they'd be acting like they created the idea and everything else. But since it's not going in the direction they wanted to go in, now they like, we didn't really have anything to do with this, and we don't have the expertise on it. You might want to actually contact these 7 specific people that we're now pawning this shit off to. Stuff like that happens all the fucking time.
Yeah, like it is a language one. 1,000% agree with you. And my problem is that, like, in the feedback I've gotten recently is that I don't necessarily know my audience, because I'm tired of the language. Like, I know how to call you a nappy-headed hoe without calling you a nappy-headed hoe if I really wanted to. But I don't do passive-aggressive well. I'm either aggressive-aggressive or passive-passive. I don't have an in-between, and that's my problem. Because I'll either be, like, mad cool with you, or I will, call you anything but the child of God. So that is my issue. So I kind of suck at it sometimes.
My patience is... It is definitely selective. Like, people have selective hearing. I have selective patience. There are certain people where I see them, they'll send me an email and I'll be like, it'll be their 50th email to me today. And I'm like, oh, you better be happy I like you. And I'll like help them. And then it'll be that one person that I do not fuck with. And they'll send me one email and they'll just be asking me a question. And I'll be ready to like pounce on them and go off. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's because I don't like you. That's just how it is. It's part of the fucking culture.
And I might have been able to escape this just because I don't work in an office like all the time. Like, I'm never in an office. I go through an office and I go in and drop stuff off.
Bro, half the people I fight with or do work with, I've never met them.
And then, no, that's
I've never met them, nigga. It's all emails. Like, I'll know a nigga by name. I'll get instant messages across like chat or whatever. But I've never met these people, bro. Like, I don't know them personally. I could walk past. I could be standing in line behind them at Chick-fil-A and would not know it was them, and be in an email chain and be in a chain going back and forth with them. I don't see them. Yeah. We have multiple buildings for my job, so like there are people in other cities and countries that I'll be talking to for a week straight, and then won't ever talk to them again.
Yeah,
That's
my
crazy.
my issue is I work in marketing, so I do see the people all the time. There's a certain way in terms of like storytelling and crafting a story and knowing your audience, stuff like that. That there's aspects of it that I love being a marketer and I love marketing. I just hate that because I'm a very cut and dry person and just in nature, and so like I don't do flowery language well. And people could tell I don't have the patience for it. I'd be like, if you want to come up with a cute little fun poppy name for something, please go right ahead. I don't got the time. Y'all, you can work on that.
I just don't like stroking people's egos at work, which is a problem for a lot of people. Because people would just be like, just entertain their dumb questions. And I'd be like, no. I absolutely do not have the patience for this bullshit. Like, let me know when they know what they want to do. Because I'm not going to sit here and have 3 hours worth of conversation with you to basically talk you through what you're supposed to be doing. Like, nah, it's not my job, bro.
You know, the funny thing is, I've always, because I'm extroverted and stuff, I try to be hyper aware of the stuff I do, so I don't come off as that person that's like, you know, like, nigga, like, why are you still talking to me?
Oh yeah, that's me. I look dead at you like that.
Because like, and it's just a thing. Like, I know I can do that. Like, again, that's why I got in a thing where I can be social and stuff like that.
I can't not do it sometimes. Sometimes I do. I like people. I know sometimes people pick up that vibe from me, and that's absolutely not the vibe I'm sending out. But they're just so used to my demeanor being like that. They're just there. Oh, yeah. And then there's other people. I don't know. One of the guys at work, he doesn't care what my demeanor is. He is gonna be his happy-go-lucky self regardless. Like, he will wear you down with smiles. So it just depends on the folks. But how the fuck did we get here?
Man, we were talking about Molly and her job, and then we just got into being black and working.
Let's get back into black people working on HBO. So yeah, Molly. God, I don't.
I mean, they ain't really a lot else to the episode, really.
Well, we talked about.
I mean, besides like
Issa
trying to get a new job, but Daniel's lacking an apology. I mean, we talked a little bit about that anyway. But
he's negative even when she talks about the new job, and even though I agree that she does not want this tenant job, because we said that the dude who called her and told her they would like to see her about the job managing the property. We said it was a black dude. I was like, this about to be some fucking mess. And she rolled up to the mailbox, which got all them ad mail and bullshit, basically real life spam mail, just sitting on the ground. Then he told her about Trina and how crazy Trina is. I'm just like, I know this apartment is $1,500 regularly, but $750 if you're the property manager. But you have to establish yourself like a schedule and everything to be able to deal with like property management, okay? Because you can't have niggas coming to your door at 12:30 at night and 4 in the morning and shit. Like, you gotta have operation hours, probably a separate phone line. You need to take things to be able to like get yourself some privacy, because niggas like Trina will ring your doorbell every 5 minutes.
I hope she applies for that job at the job fair that she was interested in.
The beat
one, because it looks like something she would excel in, and it seemed like something she was actually interested in. Also, the dude that was at the job fair was fine as fuck. So, girl.
Well, he was feeling her too. Like, he was absolutely feeling her. So.
Yeah, I always thought like at some point this season she would try to come up with her own thing, maybe, or because especially when she was getting feedback from the schools about what they really needed and stuff like that, and being like, they not really feeling me here. I can provide this, but was I the only one that felt like Daniel was saying all that shit to her because what he really wanted to say was, I don't want you to leave?
Of course, that was the whole point.
Like, just like, I want you.
He was doing that thing where
he just say, I want you to stay with me.
But he was doing that thing where, like,
close last episode. Like,
you're not serious. Yeah, he was. There is a reason this episode is named backwards. Like, he is absolutely trying to keep her from moving fucking forwards in that conversation where everything is a joke. with Issa because Issa don't take shit seriously, right? Issa can't possibly be trying to better herself. That's not how Issa functions. It's pretty much how he was looking at it from my perspective when she was like, I think I'm gonna take this property manager. Oh, what, you gonna be fixing toilets now, girl? You know you don't like toilets. Keep staying with me. It's like, well, damn, nigga, like, you trying to help her get off your couch or you just trying to help her get in your bed? Like, what?
I love how quickly Vanessa no longer became a factor.
Nigga,
One
so
episode.
fast. So fast. She was just gone. Like, is she still on Instagram?
Yeah, looking at Light Skin Love.
She's still back there waiting for him to not come over.
And I want to tell him like the easiest way you could have done that, nigga, is been like, yo, you know, that's good, man. I'm glad you got that junk. You know, I know you've been working hard trying to find something to get your own place, but you know what? I really like if you just stay with me, man. Like I kind of like this.
No.
But then that would be mature and that wouldn't be insecure and we wouldn't have episodes to talk about.
It also wouldn't be him. Like, no, her friends absolutely.
I mean, it wouldn't have been him.
Right.
That's what he needs to do, but it wouldn't have been him.
No, he doesn't need to do that. Not as him. All her friends was telling her not to do this shit for a reason. Even though Molly giving her nigga advice is still a very touchy subject for me. I'm like, no, your friends are telling you that they've watched you continually do this shit with Daniel, right? And y'all don't need to be together. I know all of us was like, oh, but like before it's like, oh, we're kind of cuckooing over this shit. But no, like they don't need to be together. She needs to get herself together and he needs to grow the fuck up. She needs to grow the fuck up and he needs to grow the fuck up. And they cannot grow the fuck up together because when they get together, it's just playtime.
I know. But I gotta put a little PSA out. Hey, if you're wrong, you know how you don't fix things with like me, like with Dick. Like, can we talk? That really made me irritated. I was just like, dog. First of all, he didn't apologize. He was just like, you know, I didn't mean it, right?
Exactly.
That's all he said.
Did not apologize.
That's a straight up nigga apology.
It was, and that irritated me because he was like, you know, I didn't mean it, right? Then started kissing on her shoulder. I was like, if you don't get out of here.
Like he did the thing, like, you know what, girls gonna like this. You know, I didn't mean that, right? And then let me like snuggle up with you, put that little on your shoulder. You know, I love you, right?
God, I love how she dreams about him eating her pussy and her eating Cheetos in the open, and she's like, "This is all I want out of a relationship." And then literally the end scene is him trying to eat her pussy and her realizing, "This is not what I want out of a relationship. Like this is not what I want."
My first thought seeing that though was like, "Damn, yo, that's that pride again, nigga. Your tongue game ain't that strong. It ain't that strong. You thought you could be able to change the girl.
It was strong until It was strong until he asked her, until he tried to, and Ashley was saying this, until he tried to assert that male dominance through eating the
pride,
pussy.
The pride, man.
And he was like, you like that?
You like that?
And she was like, actually, now that I think about it, no.
I do not.
I am good.
I feel like every nigga at some point in your life has been that shit where you were doing something and you said one too many things and fucked everything up.
That's it.
With a woman, and you just like, and you look back on it like, shit.
And look at the way he came back up. He didn't even question. He didn't ask why. He didn't want to like converse about it or anything. He just came back up like, well, I guess we can just go to bed then, since that's not going to work. That was his quick fix, and that's all he had. That was the only thing he had in the chamber to fire with. Like he did nothing else. He not even a real apology.
No, and that's what irritated me the most. I was just like, there is so many different people, especially women, who have experienced that measly, you know, I didn't mean that, right? And then tries to fix it with his dick. That is not an apology, sir. I need us to use words as adults.
He didn't want to use words. He wanted to use tongue.
Men do that because that's how they want women to apologize to them.
I think men do that because they simple-minded as fuck.
I was gonna say the same thing. It's because women are superior.
It just seemed like, well, last time I ate her pussy, she was happy.
If a girl come and be like, you know, I'm sorry, right? And then she throw the pussy on. Like, he ain't gonna be like, nope, I need an apology. No man's gonna do that.
Jody literally punched his girl in the face and then ate her vagina while she cried. And he was like, I'm fixing the situation. Like, that's how basic niggas is, dog.
I was gonna say, like, let me tell you. This is why
baby boy.
Like men are gonna be the downfall of society because y'all do stupid shit like that.
Oh, hold on. We missing this great message because your internet is going robotic and things are out of sync. And
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, this is why men are gonna be the downfall of society because y'all will like fall for anything. Y'all will just like fold, like just light tissue paper over for anything. It's really sad.
no, it is.
We will.
We
will. Like, we simple creatures.
Like, my man put in extra work in the wrong direction for no reason whatsoever. It's like, dog, you have to put so much more effort into eating pussy than saying, I'm sorry. I was an asshole. Like that. I'm sorry. I was an asshole. He even could have said that to the pussy. He could have been eating the pussy and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. But that's not what he did. He was like, you like that? Nigga, what? What the fuck?
It was such a like a measly you like that. It was just there's no love in that. It was just it was
You can't.
gross.
It was
I
the
didn't like
whole.
it at all.
It was the whole. You can't be mad at me. You like when I do stuff like this.
Do
I'll do this for you every time I abuse you too, verbally or physically, if ever there are that in the future.
Oh God,
Like I
it was
said.
just so. It made me so uncomfortable. I was just like, none of this makes me happy. I was like, no thanks. I'm good.
God, snap
Her
decisions.
face and my face were the same face. Where she was just like, actually, no, I'm not a fan. I was like, yeah, I feel that girl.
It just, I don't know that machismo bullshit. That assertion was completely unnecessary. But yeah, that I just I thought the conversation that all of the friends had and the ratchetness that Kelly displayed, which is why I love her character so much, in all of those scenes was real. Like that whole conversation about the secret group chat that Pregnant Seals was very upset about. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Like, nigga, calm down. Kelly ain't even said shit. Like, what? She was fixing to say something the whole time you was telling her it was fine. But she didn't actually say shit. And how annoying your friend gotta be for them not to be in y'all secret group chat? Why you gotta have y'all four friends? Why
Everybody got levels of friends.
I don't know if you got a secret group chat that I'm not in, nigga, but I can assure you I don't have the time or energy to have a secret group chat where we don't invite you in for conversation. I don't know that life. Which means they talk about her.
I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you gotta already know what type of person that you are, because like, if I said something like I had a group chat with like me and a couple friends that were here, you're not gonna be like, they talking about me.
No,
because all of us still hang out and stuff like that. She already know where she stands with these people. She already know they tolerate her at times.
They talk about her,
but she's still cool. Like she's still cool with them. Like, she know that.
Yeah, I mean I think that's a good example of like Kelly as Kelly. Tiffany as a friend brings she adds no value to that group. I'm sorry. Like, she does not. And so the fact that she's even in the group in general, I don't be getting. Because I'm like, she brings nothing to the table.
Yeah, I don't. She brings long, luscious weaves of whiteness, a very, very bleach stanked attitude, and dinner for two now. So,
man, can we talk about all the stuff that goddamn, what's the girl name? It's the
Kelly?
Ratchet friend. Kelly. All the random stuff she said that was hilarious. Just little small things. Like when the girl was like, when they had said table for 4, and she was like 4.5, and she was like, we're gonna have 12 months of this shit. And then like 12. Issa laughed, and then she said, wait, hold up.
That's not right. That's not, no.
And then when she was when she said she didn't pronounce duck confit, she said, oh, they got duck confit here. I'm about to get some. Like, she just said little shit that had me rolling the whole time. Another whole conversation is going on, but she's just in the back doing these things. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. I love when she comes on the show. Like, when I see her character, I'm excited.
I just don't understand the Chadwick Boseman comment that came from Pregnant Seals. I didn't get it.
Well, I think that's the one when they were talking about
Black businesses. She said we can't all
black
depend
people
on
need to do
Chadwick
better.
Boseman.
And I think she was like, oh, like Chaz Boseman can't save everything. You know, Chaz Boseman play everybody. He plays all the respectable
Is
black.
that what
Negroes.
she meant? Okay, because like I missed it because even
like
Issa looked at her like
he can't be the only one pulling us up, like that type of thing.
I got it because but I'm just saying I was Issa's face in that moment too because I didn't know what I looked at her like what are you talking? This is why you're not in the group chat. What are you talking about? But yeah, that kind of threw me. The old woman stealing people's laundry at the laundromat had me crying.
Yeah,
That face that she made when she was like, "Oops, I thought this was my dryer," and then she turned around like, "Bitch."
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's stealing laundry.
Oh man.
And the thing is, them niggas know she's stealing laundry. Just as long as she ain't stealing their laundry, they will let her steal everybody else's laundry. Cause that nigga at the end was like, "What the fuck happened to my clothes?" I was like, they really just watched her steal everybody else's laundry.
They ain't giving it like a description or anything.
Nope.
Like,
She was long gone too when that nigga came back. In the midst of one conversation, she stole everybody's laundry except Issa's.
see, I don't know, man, because I've never done clothes at a laundromat. So I don't know laundromat like rules, etiquette. I mean, I know you ain't supposed to steal people's shit. But,
yeah. Well, usually they locked, I thought, while they were running, but I think they unlock.
I think they unlock when they
finish. Yeah, so your shit just sitting there drying fresh for
Yeah,
somebody.
I mean, but they weren't at the washing machine. They were at the dryer, and so the dryer doesn't lock. You can open it midway in if you want.
Oh, I thought it locked. Okay, so only the washer's locked.
Only the washer. I live in the city and I don't have a washer and dryer in my apartment, so I have to go to the laundromat. So yeah, like the washing machine locks. The dryer does not lock. Like if I decide midway in, like, oh, I got somewhere to be, and I just need to unlock it and go with damp clothes, I can. You can.
Yeah. So she stole everybody's shit. Gym clothes, everything gone. She got people clothes to sell. She was selling out the back of the truck.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, is she selling the clothes? Because she stole the nigga clothes. Like,
she doing whatever she can with them clothes. Because that's a hustle right there. Going in and stealing people, robbing laundromats that way. You gonna get what you can out of that shit. Take them to the thrift shop. Give some birthday presents to people. You can do what you can. The whole great things come in fives. And that was just a struggle.
Oh my God. Just I can't when her character gets awkward because
I can.
I feel it in my bones. Like it's like I feel like it's he.
This was a whole nother theme of the episode. People not knowing when to just shut up. Like Molly kept doing it with the "at my old job." Like if she just stopped ending sentences with that. Daniel did it in the studio when he played that beat. Like he didn't know how to shut up his own beats. So he could just get that W. And Issa in that interview was mad fucking awkward, even though she suggested they hire another black person. She was distant in the interview. And then just every great thing's coming fives. Five Guys. Toes.
She said $5 foot long or so.
That shit didn't need to be said.
Dude,
none of it.
I love how she was saying it and everybody was looking at her. And then as soon as she said, she just immediately started writing. Like, nope, I'm not even going to finish this.
Just quit. Just quit while you're behind. Yeah, it was not a good fucking look. The whole job fair situation with like Frida used to be one of my favorite characters on the show just because she was so genuinely humble and quirky, like white quirky. She is now one of the most annoying characters on this fucking show. And I think it's because I'm seeing her from Issa's perspective. Also, when she ran up and interrupted Issa talking to old boy, like, we have a line, and it was literally two fucking people. I wanted to yell at Frida for her. And when she said that joke, when she said something about, she said something that involved her name.
When she was saying it to the person that was there. God,
but this was before that she told the guy her name was Frida. So the joke fell all the way flat despite it being corny and shit.
I don't like. She doesn't make me mad because she's just a try hard. Like her
Nobody
heart's in the
likes.
right place and her mind is somewhere else.
Is her heart
My
in the-
favorite line of the night is what Frida said when she was like, "Are we in the North Pole? Because we are slanging."
Ah, fuck! Oh my god! So mad when she said that.
God,
That was
bad.
so corny. It was almost funny. That's how corny it made a full
Really
circle on that shit.
Bad.
Oh God, it was so bad.
Very bad. It's a very bad line. There was this is like Daniel not knowing how to chill when Issa was talking about, if you need help with the tambourines, I'm available. And of course, this nigga had to turn that into some sexual shit. Oh, you available now? And I'm like, nigga, stop trying so hard, bro. It's just not necessary. Slow your roll.
And that's the thing.
Jack.
What I love about Issa is that like she's genuinely trying to just cheer up her friend. Like when they were I guess they were in like the Oyster Bar, and she was trying to cheer him up, and she was like, "Who's that in the mirror? Oh, is that Beyonce and Jay-Z?" Just kidding. That's us. We cute. Like I thought that was really sweet and so Issa to try to cheer up her friend genuinely. Like nothing sexual, just like her trying to make her friend feel better.
Mhm.
And he just wants to make it all real. He always trying to make it like a Jodeci music video. I'm tired.
It's hot in the desert with all that leather. Then the other scene that I love, like I cackle at this scene, is when old boy comes into the studio and Daniel's like, yo, your boy got shot at the club last night. He's like, yeah, he doing all right? No. And it just mad fucking serious. And it's like, yo, nigga, why would you ask him if his boy that got shot the other night at the club is okay? He alright? Nah. And somehow that shit changed old boy whole fucking demeanor. He got real as hell. When he came in the studio, it was like, yo, what's up, nigga? Y'all good? Where we about to hear these beats? Yo, that shit was crazy last night, right? Yo, my boy got shot at the club. Oh shit, your boy got shot? Yeah, man, that shit was ridiculous. He alright? Nah.
It was very Atlanta-esque, I'm not gonna lie. Like that is such an Atlanta scene for it to get as serious as it did at the last minute. And you could see Daniel's face being like, oh.
He should have asked, he might as well have asked that question. It's like he asked him, yo, is your mom's ugly? Like it was the whole demeanor of the room changed. Niggas was like, why would you ask that question after a man has been shot? Clearly he's not doing okay, Daniel. He was shot. Also, this is why I don't trust hood niggas. I don't be understanding, like they be bipolar as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. When they cool with shit and when they not cool with shit. I don't get that shit. So
Dude,
I don't fuck with them at all.
If somebody you knew got shot, and I was like, oh shit, man, that was dude you knew. You be like, yeah, man. Like he good? You be like, he doing all right, man. Just hit him it grazed him in the arm and shit.
Right.
That was what you would say. Like that was what you would tell me. Which like you said, a hood, like some hood niggas would be like, nah, and you be like, I don't know where to go with this.
Right? Is there more?
I don't know if he mad or he disappointed or I don't know.
Well, it was a false lead in, right? Like he was like, yo, it was crazy last night. My boy got shot at the club and shit. And Daniel's like, yo, that was your boy. Oh, he got shot? Yeah, man, it's crazy. Is he all right? And you would expect the response would be, like you said, oh no, he doing good. He's still alive and shit. But that's not what the response was. It was just, nah. And you like, is there more? Like it's always
like,
is
do I
that
ask
it?
a follow-up question? Like, do I just
I think this is a
Is he in the
subject.
hospital? Like, is he home? Is he in stable condition? Like, I have so many follow-up questions.
Is there a place we can send a care package?
hood niggas would do that though. And like they'll do that, and then they had that long pause. They're like, "Man, I'm just fucking with you," but the other times they not fucking with you, so they keep you on your toes.
And this is why I don't
You
fuck with hood niggas on that level, sir.
Like, you
Straight-laced.
never know what they feeling, and you're like, "Oh."
When it comes to
always on
hood
edge
niggas,
around you.
only make hood nigga jokes. Only laugh after the hood nigga has started laughing and not too hard. Like, it make everything sound like it's a question, but really it's a statement.
Oh man!
And let them
we need to write-
decide how they want to respond.
We need to come write a book, man. How to talk to hood niggas when you ain't one.
Bruh, I grew up having to do this. Okay, like being in honors classes and shit, but still hanging around niggas that was kind of hood, I like have to be able to navigate these waters. I can't be in there talking about history and AP Calc and shit with niggas, even though there's a chance that maybe one of those niggas has read a random calculus 2 book while sitting in hold up, and he can talk with you about like quadratic equations.
But then that's when you be trying to help the niggas, right? And you sit there and they look at you and you be like, so yeah, let me explain this part of you. Oh, you think I don't know derivatives, nigga? Like, nigga, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's like I don't. I thought you'd come to me for tutoring. I just assumed.
See, even then I don't trust it because like niggas that be reading like actual books in prison be swearing that they Malcolm X. And I just don't. I don't want to be involved.
Maybe I need to tell you about the integrations of the conspiracies and these monopolies of millennialism.
Right. It's like they're 3 degrees separated from a hotel. And I think that's where I have to get off that train.
I constipate my confirmacies. Like what?
There's too many big words in that one sentence.
You know you can break those words down and form shorter sentences, right? You don't have to do that this way.
The integration of the dilapidation of the black community has been going on. You be like, nigga, huh? What?
I excel to a higher plane when I abort the fetus fetishizing on my festivities. Nigga, what?
Dude, when I worked in the jail, dude. Nigga, I worked in the jail. And I worked with these people, and I used to sit there. The amount of times, nigga, I had to hear the word pineal gland, and I had to sit the fuck down. I said, nope, I'm down. You go ahead and talk. You got the flow. I'm gonna sit.
See,
down.
I can't do it because I'm gonna get into a debate with him. I'm gonna be like, hold on, now.
I've done it so many times, like so many times, like to the point where I got to like I know I'm gonna ride this out. I'm gonna see where we go because this is gonna be fun. I got an hour and a half in here with you. You about to do a good 45 minutes. Let's go. Pineal gland, hit me up. They were like, do you know anatomy? And I was like, oh, I know where this is going.
Because
I'm like, I do. I know it all.
Well, it would be different if it was like, man, do you know anatomy? And in your mind, you going, I know where this is going. And for them to follow it with, man, because I got this bump on my butt. oh, this is different today. This is not, no pineal glands today. Oh, and by the way, the pineal gland, God damn it. God damn it. What happened to the butt bump? And my other favorite line this episode was Issa screaming, I'm a Yelp dad, after they all found out she was sleeping in the bed with Daniel again. Platonically, of course.
I was still trying to figure out what she gonna yelp. Like, was she yelping the food or the restaurant they were already at?
She said, ooh, they got mixers. I'm a Yelp that. I guess that means write a review for them.
I guess she gonna make a picture of it, talk about the mixer on that. I was like, I'm not down with the youths.
I have
what
no
they
idea.
Do on the Yelps.
No idea. But as usual, another long ass Insecure episode review for a show that's 27 minutes. This review is an hour and 31. I hope y'all enjoyed, and hopefully we will be back next week. I know I'm gonna be watching episode 4 next week because I need to see Trina and how they gonna get them baby squirrels out her walls. That's all I care about right now.
Trina ain't got no baby squirrel. ain't that a damn squirrel there.
Well, Issa tried to make the funny about Trina when old boy was basically, again, he probably a hood nigga. Because he did a false lead in talking about Trina, making it seem like they was going to be able to do Trina crazy jokes. And when Issa did a joke, he was like, don't joke about Trina. It's serious.
She has serious mental problems. Oh, sorry, sir.
Well, you made it sound like Trina jokes was okay.
He's like, I thought we were all in the same place. We're marking about Trina.
Right.
My bad.
Oh, well, I'll take the job now. And that means it's time for us to go. All right, y'all. This has been the Wisdom 40 Acres podcast. Insecure Reviews, episode 3, Backward Light. And make sure you follow Joy at Twitter, Jump for Joy. I'm sure she's going to be releasing another interview with another star from Luke Cage this week that will garner her more fame. How many million views you got? Is it more than Childish Gambino? How many millions?
We're not doing this today. I am going to Toronto International Film Festival next week. So I will be on next week's review. I'll also be on the review following, but Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I am going to TIFF this year.
She's probably gonna be working with Scorsese on a script that's gonna be starring Chris Pratt or something ridiculous. I don't know. This is
I
what
wish.
Joy does. This is what she does, right? And then she comes back and she goes corporate job working with a lot of young black people.
She out there living her best life, man.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
All right, you can catch the rest of us at WM40A.
The rest of us ain't doing shit, so we gonna be here.
I was about to say, I'm going to work.
40 Acres is my favorite. It's one of my favorite podcasts. I love it very much, and you guys should all listen to it because I asked you to.
Only tips I'm going to serve fried fish and hush puppies. Okay, I don't know. Tip down the street. Yeah, she got styrofoam boxes now, dog. I'm like, yep. And little packets of hot sauce. All right, we'll holler at y'all next time. We out. Peace.